Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today is 6th of September 2021. Right now, I am with the ninth Cambridge class, and we are studying um, D Maths 4024. Today, we are working on D3 and exercise 1D. We are working on the story sums related with the quadratic equations, and today we are starting from exercise 1D, question number 10. Question number 6, 7, 8, and 9, you have already done. We have already done, and I have uploaded in my YouTube, and I have shared the link with the class also. Now, today we are working on the question number 10. So, look at this story sum. A group of students is on a sightseeing tour. The total fare is $120, and this is to be shared equally among the students. If two more students join the tour, each will pay $2 less. Find the original number of students in the group. So this class is going on some tour. Its fare is $120. It is to be shared by all the students. So suppose that there are X number of students. Then if you want to find out how much one student will have to pay, you can find out it very easily by dividing 120, which is the total fare, with the number of students. And we have supposed that the total number of students is X. Okay, so let me show you the solution. Here we have, I hope this is visible to you. So we will suppose that the number of students is X and the total fare is $120. So the contribution of one student will be $120 divided by X. So that's the money which one student has to chip in. Okay, so the number of students, then he says that two more students join. Now the situation is changing. This is the second situation. Before there were X number of students, now two more students have joined. So the total number of students now will be X plus 2. So the total number of students will become X plus 2. The total fare still is $120. So if the total fare is still $120, so the contribution of the one student will be 120 divided by X plus 2. 120 divided by X plus 2. So this is the contribution by one student in the first situation, that's 120 divided by X. And this is the contribution by the one student in the second situation, that is 120 divided by X plus 2. He says, now because there are more number of students to share $120 and to be equally distributed on them, so now you have to pay $2 less. Each student will have to pay $2 less as compared to he was supposed to pay before. So the contribution in the first situation minus the contribution in the second situation, the difference between these contributions is of $2. This contribution means that money chipped in by a single student or money contributed by a single student. So there is now a $2 difference. So the value of the C1 you can see here, that's 120 divided by X, and the value of the C2 is 120 divided by X plus 2, and the difference is equals to 2. Now what I will do, I will take the LCM of these two fractions. The denominator is X, the second denominator is X plus 2, so I will take the LCM. So the LCM will be X and X plus 2. I will divide the LCM with this denominator. So X and X will be cancelled. This will be left, and that will multiply with the numerator. So you can see I have written here 120 bracket X plus 2. Then we have a negative sign. I will divide the LCM with the second denominator. So X plus 2 and X plus 2 will be cancelled. This X will be left. That will multiply with the numerator. That's 120. So here we wrote 120 into X. So this 120 will multiply with this bracket. You will have 120X plus 120 multiplied 2. That's 240 minus 120X is equals to this 2. And I will take this LCM, this denominator, to the other side. So here it is dividing. On the other side, it will multiply. So X square, and this will give you plus 2X. So here I have written that. So 2 bracket X square plus 2X. This 120X minus 120X, so they will be cancelled. You will be left with only 240 on the left side equals to. This 2 will multiply with this bracket. It will give you 2x squared plus 4x. Now bring this 240 to the right side. So 2x, so here you will have 0 equals to 2x squared plus 4x and minus 240. So I can take 2 common. So you will have, I have taken the 2 common on the right side. So you can see we will have x squared plus 2x minus 120. So now your equation is in the standard quadratic form. X squared plus 2x minus 120 equals to 0. Now I will apply the quadratic formula. You see, the coefficient of x squared is 1, the coefficient of x is 2, the constant term is minus 120. So we wrote the quadratic formula. X is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So substitute the value of the a, b, and c in this formula. As you can see here, we have done that. And then we will do the calculation. So you will have minus 2 plus minus under root, and the 2 square will be 4, and minus 4 multiply 1 multiply minus 120, that will give you 480. So whole thing divided by 2. So x is equals to minus 2 plus minus under root 484 divided by 2. So when you take the square root 484, that's 22. So now we have two situations. One is minus 2 plus 22 equals to divided by 2. That will give you 10. It's a positive value, positive 10. So, and another situation will be x equals to minus 2 minus 22 divided by 2. So that will be minus 24 divided by 2. That will give you minus 12 because it's negative. And x was the number of students. This cannot be negative. So the value of x which is negative, with it I have written neglect. So we will neglect this value. The main question at the end was that how many students were initially in that class. So initially there were x number of students and the x value is 10. So you see this is question number 10. So let me reduce the size a little bit so you can see. So this is on your screen showing up exercise 1D question number 10. It's a story sum related with the quadratic equation. What do you say? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you please explain it again?
So the question is, there is a class and it's going on a tour, and the price for the total fare for the tour is $120, and that is to be shared by the students. So everybody will contribute money to raise $120. So how much money a student has to pay? There are suppose X students, and the money to be raised is $120. So how much one has to pay? That's 120 divided by X. That's the first situation. In the second situation, he says two more students join the class. So now the number of students in the class are X plus 2. The money to be raised is still $120. So how much money one student has to raise? That's 120 divided by X plus 2. He says that the money to be raised by a single student has now decreased by $2. So the C1 minus C2 equals to $2. It means the contribution in the first situation by a single student, and C2 means the contribution in the second situation by a single student. So the difference between these contributions is $2. So I put the value of the C1, that's 120 divided by X, and the value of the C2, that's 120 divided by X plus 2, and that's equals to $2. So then I took the LCM. In the LCM, I will get both the denominators, X and X plus 2. Now, then I took the LCM, added, subtracted, change the positions, and at the end I got the equation, a standard quadratic equation, that was x squared plus 2x minus 120 equals to 0. Then I applied the quadratic formula. The value of the a, b, c was noted down. I wrote the quadratic formula, substituted the values of a and b and c, And then I did the magic of the calculation and I got two values of x. One value is positive 10 and the other value is minus 12. We neglected the minus 12 value because the x was representing the number of students in the class. So it cannot be negative. So the minus 12 value of the x I have written on the solution. You can see neglect. So the x value is 10. So the final question at the end of the whole question was that how many students were originally in the class. Originally there were x number of students in the class. So the x value is 10. So the number of students in the class were 10. Isha, Ishal, what you say?
Yes, sir.
So can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was question number 10. So we are moving to the next question. It's question number 11. We are working on exercise 1D. D3 is the name of the book. And we are working on the story sums. Question number 11 is showing up on your screen. He says in 2016, in 2016, the member of a club paid a total of $42 in the subscription fees. In 2017, the number of members increased by 20, and the subscription fee was subsequently reduced by 10 cents per member. The total of the subscription fees for the 2017 was $45. How many members were there in 2016? So there is some club like Gymkhana in Sargodha. So, and there is a certain fees which you have to pay to be the member of that club. For example, if you want to be member of the Gymkhana Sargodha, you have to pay a certain subscription fee. So we don't know how many members were there. So we will suppose that there are a certain number of, okay. So, okay. So we are working on this question, and this is exercise 1D, question number 11. Let's suppose in the first situation, let's suppose that the number of members are X. The total fees which they have to pay is $42. So how much per person has to pay? That will be $42 divided by X. The total amount of the subscription fee divided by the total people. So this will be 42 divided by X. So that is 2016. In 2017, 20 more members joined the club. So now the number of people in the club are X plus 20. The total fee is to be paid is $45. Now the amount of subscription fee is not same. It's $45 this time. So how much one person has to pay? Per person fee will be 45 divided by X plus 20. So in the 2016, the fee for one person was 42 divided by X. In 2017, the fee to be paid by a single person is 45 divided by X plus 20. So now he says, in the question he says that the difference now you have to pay in 2017, the amount of money one person has to pay has been reduced by 10 cents. Has been reduced by 10 cents. So the P1 minus P2 is 10 cents. The amount of money one person has to pay has been reduced by 10 cents. Okay, so P1 minus P2 is 10 cents. So the value of the P1 is 42 divided by X. The value of the P2 is 42 divided by X minus P2 is 45 divided by X plus 20 equals to. You see, this subscription fee per person is a very important point. The subscription fee per person is in dollars. So P1 value is dollars. P2 value is also in dollars. But this number here, this is given in cents. So this cannot happen. In the equation, all the amounts which are representing the money, they should have the same unit. So I will convert this 10 cents into dollars. In $1, we have 100 cents. So if you want to convert 10 cents into dollars, you will divide the 10 with 100. So you can see here, I have converted this 10 into dollars, 10 cents into dollar by dividing it with 100. So 10 by 100. So they will be cancelled. So we will have 1 by 10. Okay, in the next step, you can see that I have taken is the normal procedure which you do. I have taken the LCM. So x and x plus 20 are in the denominator. So the LCM will be x square plus 20x. Sorry, x and x plus 20 both. So I will divide this LCM with this denominator. So x and x will be cancelled. This x plus 20 will be left. That will multiply the numerator there. Then we have a negative sign here. I will divide this LCM with this denominator, x plus 20 and x plus 20 will be cancelled. This x will be left. That this will multiply with the numerator. That's 45. 45 into x. So just open them. 42x, 42 multiplied 20, that will give you 840 minus 45x divided by this will multiply with this bracket. So we have x squared plus 20x equals to 1 by 10. So cross multiply here. So this 10 will multiply with this, and then this denominator will multiply with this numerator. So you will have 10 bracket 840 minus 3x equals to x squared plus 20x. So this 10 will multiply with that bracket. So you will have 8400 minus 30x equals to x squared plus 20x. So bring all of them to one side. So I have taken all the terms which are on the left to the right side. So you will have x squared plus 20x plus 30x minus 8400 equals to 0. So you will have x squared plus 50x minus 8400 equals to 0. Now this is in the standard quadratic equation. The form is standard quadratic equation form. So the value of the coefficient of the x square is 1. The value of the coefficient of the x is 50. And the constant term is minus 8400. So we will write the quadratic formula. And that's x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now substitute the value of the a, b, and c into the quadratic formula. So we will have x is equals to minus 50 plus minus under root 50 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 8400 divided by 2a. So just do this calculation. It's a game of calculator, simple game. X is equals to minus 50 under root, and when you will do that calculation, you will get 36100. So take the square root of the 36100, that will be 190. So now you will have two situations. In one situation, we will have minus 50 plus 190 equals to divided by 2 equals to. That will give you 70, which is a positive number. And the second situation will be minus 50 minus 190 equals to divided by 2 equals to. That will give you x equals to minus 120. Because the x was the number of members in that club, so its value cannot be negative. So this x equals to minus 120, neglect this value. So the x value is 70. The main question was how many members were there in 2016. In 2016, there were x members. So the members in 2016 were 70. So that's the answer. So let me reduce the size so you can see the whole question together. Yeah. What do you say? It's the same kind of question as the question 10. Subscription fee. Do you understand this question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's good. So,
Sir,
yes.
sir, almost सारे questions एक जैसे ही है ना?
You see the questions we did in our last class. They were related with the area and the perimeter length and width. Okay. Today the questions we are doing are related with the subscription fee And one question we will do that is about the rate, and the next questions all are about. Today we are working on these questions where we have the total fees and the subscription fee for one person. Yeah, so there are two or three kinds of story sums related with the quadratic equations. Okay, at least two or three kinds, not two, three or three, four kinds of story sums. Can we move to the next question? Question number 11 is done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next question coming up on your screen is question number 12. Let me increase the size so you can read the question carefully. Question number 12, exercise 1D. D3 is the name of the book. There are two printers in a library. Printer A prints 60 pages every X minutes. Write down an expression in terms of X for the number of pages printed by the printer A in 1 minute. This is called the rate of printing, and that is equals to number of pages divided by time taken. Rate of printing. Rate of printing means in 1 minute how many papers you print. So rate of printing means number of that's the formula for the rate. Number of pages divided by the time taken. Okay. So when we will solve, we will see. Given that the printer B takes 2 minutes longer than the printer A to print 60 pages, write down an expression in terms of X for the number of pages printed by the printer B in 1 minute. Okay, so the printer B takes 2 minutes longer. As compared to the printer A, the printer A took X minutes. Now the printer B will take 2 minutes longer. It is not saying he will take 2 minutes. He's saying it will take 2 minutes longer than the as compared to the printer A. So the time for the printer B will be X plus 2 minutes. X plus 2 minutes. And the number of pages are 60. So rate is number of pages divided by the time taken. Okay. When both printers are in use, they are able to print a total of 144 pages in 1 minute. If both the printers are working, so in 1 minute, totally they will print 144 pages and formulate an equation in X and show that it reduces to 6x squared plus 7x minus 5 equals to 0. Then he says solve this equation, 6x squared plus 7x minus 5 equals to 0. And then he says hence find the time taken by the printer B to print 144 pages. So this is the question. This is question number 12. And let's start a solution. Okay. So exercise 1D, question number 12. He was talking about the printer. He's talking about the printer A. The number of pages are 60 and the time taken by the printer A is X minutes. So the rate of printing, that is number of pages divided by the time taken. So for printer A, it will be, because it's printed 60 pages in X minutes. So it will be 60 divided by X. Rate means how many pages are printed in unit time in 1 minute. Printer B, pages, it prints 60 pages, but the time it takes is X plus 2 minutes. The time taken by the printer B to print 60 pages will be X plus 2 minutes. So the rate of the printing for the printer B will be pages divided by the time taken. That will be 60 divided by X plus 2. So he says given so he told us in the statement of the question that when both the printers work together in 1 minute, they produce 140, they print 144 pages. So in 1 minute, the pages produced by the printer A are 60 by X, and in 1 minute, the pages produced by the B is 60 divided by X plus 2, and that is equals to 144. So here we have two fractions. Their denominator is X and X plus 2. So I will take the LCM. So LCM will be X and X plus 2. Then I will divide this LCM with this numerator. So this x and this x will be cancelled. I will be left with x plus 2. That will multiply with the numerator. So 16 to x plus 2. Then I will divide this LCM with this denominator. X plus 2 and x plus 2 will be cancelled. You will be left with the x, and that x will multiply with the 60. You will have 60x here equals to 144. You just open this bracket, 60x plus 120 plus 60x divided by this x will multiply with this bracket, x squared plus 2x equals to 144. And then you can kind of cross multiply here. So 60x plus 60x, that's 120x, and that's 120 equals to, this will go to that side. So 144 bracket x squared plus 2x. So what I did, I divided the every term. So there are three terms. I divided them with 12. So you are left with 10x plus. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then I divided every term with 2. So now I have 5x plus 5 equals to 6 bracket x squared plus 2x. So I take all the terms from the right side to the left side. So we will have 6x squared plus 12x minus 5x minus 5. So 6x squared plus 7x minus 5. So this is the standard quadratic equation, and the coefficient of x squared is 6. The coefficient of x is 7, and the constant term is minus 5. So A is 6, B is 7, and C is minus 5. So I wrote the quadratic formula that x is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. Just substitute these values. So we will substitute these values. So we have written here minus 7 under root plus minus under root 7 square minus 4 into 6 into minus 5. The whole thing divided by 2 into 6. So it will be minus 7. This will be 49 minus minus plus 4 multiply 6 multiply 5. That the whole thing will be 169. So take the square root of 169. That will be 13. So now you have two situations. In one situation, we will have minus 7 plus 13 equals to divided by 12 equals to. And in the that will give you 1 by 2. The value will be 1 by 2 or 0.5. The other value will be x equals to minus 7 minus 13 equals to divided by 12 equals to. That will give you a negative number because the x is the number of minutes, so it cannot be negative. So the value of the x, which is negative 20 divided by 12, I will neglect it. Okay. So I am going to take only a single value of x, and that is 0.5 or 1 by 2. So the final question they asked you was for the printer B. So they asked you how much time the printer B will take to print 144 pages alone, if the printer B is alone working. So first of all, let me find the rate of printing of the printer B. The formula was 60 divided by x plus 2, and the x value is 0.5, so it will become 60 divided by 0.5 plus 2. 0.5 plus 2 will be 2.5. So 60 divided by 2.5 will give you 24. So in 1 minute, it's printing 24 pages. So now I know the rate of printing of the printer B. He wants you to tell him or calculate how much time it will take to print 144 pages. You know the time is equals to pages divided by rate. So 144 divided by 24, and that will give you 6 minutes. So the printer B will take 6 minutes to print 144 pages. So the question is done. So let me reduce the size a little bit so the whole question is visible. Okay. So what you say? Do you understand this? It's not
Yes, sir.
that easy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But for the first time, it will be little. The whole question is showing up on your screen. So that was question number 12, and hopefully you have understood this. And if it's clear to you, we can move to the next question. Should we move?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next question is coming up on your screen. It's question number 13. This is exercise 1D from the book D3, and we are working on the question number 13. These are story sums or word problems related with the quadratic equations. The statement of the question is: in January 2009, the price of the rice in the Singapore was X dollar per kilogram. A food catering company spent an average of $350 on rice each month. Write down an expression in terms of X for the average amount of rice that this food catering company ordered in January 2009. You see, the price of 1 kg is given. That's X dollar. X dollar per kg. The price of 1 kg is given. They have spent totally a $350. So how much rice they will buy? So that is the total money you spent divided by the rate, the price of 1 kg. So that will be like 350 divided by X. So that's how much kg they will buy. In January 2012, the price of each kilogram of rice has increased by 15 cents. Before in 2009, the price was X dollar per kg. In 2012, the price has increased by 15 cents. So the new price will be X dollars plus 15 cents. Their unit is not same. The X is in dollars and the 15 is in cents. So convert this cent thing into dollar. You divide it with 100. So it will become 0.15. So the new price of 1 kg of rice will be X plus 0.15. He says, given that the company continued to spend $350 on rice each month, write down an expression in terms of X for the average amount of rice ordered in January 2012. Now, they still are spending only $350. So how much rice they will get now? They will be X plus, 350 divided by the whole thing divided by the price of 1 kg, that is X plus 0.15. So that's the how much rice they will get in the January 2012. He says if the difference in the amount of rice ordered in is 30 kg, the amount of rice you got in 2009 and amount of rice you got in 2012, the difference between them is of 30 kg. Formulate an equation in X and show that it reduces to 20x squared plus 3x minus 35 equals to 0. Hence, find the price of each kilogram of rice in January 2012. The final question is this. Okay. So let's start this question. Okay. So let me decide a little bit. So in January 2009, the price is X dollars per kg. They have spent how much money? $350. So how much rice they have bought? That will be 350 divided by X. So that's the amount of rice they bought in the January 2009. In January 2012, the price of the rice is now X plus $0.15 per kg. X plus $0.15 per kg. In January 2012, they have spent how much money? $350. So how much rice they would have got? That will be 350 divided by the price of 1 kg. That is X plus 0.5 kg. In the given, they have told us that the difference between the rice, the amount of rice you bought, that is 30 kg. So R1 minus R2 is 30 kg. Just put the values. The R1 value is 350 divided by X minus 350 divided by X plus 0.15 equals to 30. Now just take the LCM. The LCM will be x bracket x plus 0.15. The divide the when I will divide the LCM with this denominator, x and x will be cancelled. This bracket will be left. That will multiply with the numerator. Then you have a negative sign. Divide this LCM with this denominator. This x plus 0.5, x plus 0.5 will be cancelled. You are left with x. That will multiply with the numerator here, equals to 30. Now you will have 350x, this 350 multiplies 0.15, it will be 52.5 minus 350x divided by x square plus 0.15, x equals to 30. So this 350x and minus 350x, they both will be cancelled. You are left with 52.5 on the on the left side, equals to this thing will go on the other side and multiply with 30, and it give you 30x square plus 4.5x. Now I will take this 52.5 to the other side. It will give you 30x square plus 4.5x minus 52.5 equals to 0. So I will multiply all of them with the 10 so that there is no decimal left. So you will have 300x square plus 45x minus 525 equals to 0. Now I will take 15 common because they all can be cancelled with 15. So 15 common, you are left inside with 20x square plus 3x minus 35 bracket close equals to 0. This 15 will go on the other side. It will divide with the 0 and it will become 0. So you are left with 20x square plus 3x minus 35 equals to 0. Now the value of the coefficient of x square is 20. The coefficient of x is 3 and the constant term is minus 35. Just write the quadratic formula, that's minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So substitute the value of the a and b and c in this quadratic formula, as you can see we have done here. Now we will have x equals to minus 3 plus minus, and when you do this calculation, you will have under root 2809. When you take the square root of 2809, it will give you 53. So now we have two situations. In one situation, x is equals to minus 3 plus 53 equals to divided by 40 equals to, and that will give you 1.25. The other situation is minus 3 minus 53 equals to 40, and that will give you a negative value. So we will neglect the negative value. The positive value is x equals to 1.25, because x was the price of the rice of 1 kg price. A 1 kg rice, its price was x, so it cannot be negative. So the x value is 1.25. A single value of the x is good for us in this question. And their final question was that the price in the January 2012, what was the price in the January 2012? The price in the January 2012 for 1 kg rice was x plus 0.15. So the x value is 1.25 plus 0.15, and the final answer will be $1.40 per kg. So this is question number, I think, 13. Yeah. So we are done with the question number 13. The question is showing up on your screen. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's it for today. So I will say thank you very much, everybody, and have a good day, and God bless you all. Bye bye.